Welcome back, Black Rocketeers. Today we are in Satisfactory 1.0 and we are looking at the Ficmas update. The Ficmas update, for those who are unaware, added a lot of holiday goodies to the Satisfactory game. You can see I got my Ficmas tree right there. We got some gifts dropping from the sky and we have some snow coming down. So we're going to show you a little bit about some of the aspects of the Ficmas holiday event, and then we're going to dive into our fully automated Ficmas factory. So you can see some of the decorative things that come with it. One of the first things you're going to want to check out is your advent calendar. So I go in here and I open my advent calendar, and you can see I've already done day 1 and 2. Day 1 will give you your first cartridge. You can see right here the Ficmas data cartridge that will start you off on your Ficmas adventure. If you do get stuck, because some of these can get a little tricky, there is a little hint down here. You fire in the number you're looking for and it will show you where number 3 is. So let's grab number 3 and look at that. We got ourselves a red ornament. There are a whole bunch of notifications as we go.
Spirit with this red
So she'll jump in and talk.
It can be equipped at the lockers in the hub.
Look at that. And you get all kinds of little goodies. Now, none of these are actually necessary. You can see there's a little something. I haven't noticed that one yet. You can get all of this is just basically for fun. There is really nothing that continues on in the game with this. You can get through the game without it, and you can actually turn it off and disable the whole thing in the settings. But what fun is that? So let's take a look at our MAM, and we will find out all the good things that we need for the Ficmas holiday event. So you can see it adds a little component here. And if we look, we have our holiday tree. Now, as you start off, you're going to want to start with your cartridges opening up your Ficmas tree, and it will give you just the first Ficmas tree base, and then you'll start from there. So you can start your adventure there. You can see I've already worked my way through it, but you start your little adventure there and then continue on. But since this is a Satisfactory game and an automation game, we do want to automate. So you'll find yourself going around picking up those presents that dropped. You can see one right there. They have shrunk in the size since past Ficmas events where they used to be absolutely enormous, and they really kind of got in the way of some things, especially once you automated the process of making your own presents. But you're going to want to go around and collect those presents and start building the basics. But I'm going to jump into the automation aspect of it. So once you actually get into the automation point, you'll get these Ficmas gift trees right here, which produce gifts 15 per minute. And you're going to want to make yourself a nice little assembly line of these. So you can see I line them up here, and I can just continue extending as I need more and more, feeding right into that central component and then coming right down the conveyor belt, and they're going to work themselves into my Ficmas factory. Lovely decorated there. I just wanted to get it up and running so we could get a Ficmas Wonder Star being produced, which is the final product of this. So you can see I have my presents feeding through here, going down underneath and feeding into the entrance to my Ficmas factory. So without any further ado, let's get into the Ficmas factory. You're going to notice I have some lines along the side here too. Take note of those because they're going to come into effect later on. But let's go ahead in. First thing you're going to want in your Ficmas factory is a MAM. You do not want to have to keep running back and forth to wherever your central MAM is every time you get a new part. So having a MAM located right in your facility will be great. The first thing that you're going to do as your presents are fed in here, you want them to go into some smelters and start producing some ornaments. So you can see I have red ornaments in the first one and blue in the second, and then they feed out and they actually split into two different lines on this bus right here. And the reason I like to do that is because I can start off with just 2, get my assembly line up and running, and then I can always expand. And I just alternate on my way through, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. And you can see I've reached the end here, but I have plenty of room to expand, and I like leaving the back end of my factories open just in case I do need to continue pushing my line, which you're going to find out as you start getting further into the Ficmas event that you're going to need a lot of these. So you're going to want more and more smelters, and I don't like doing the whole thing all at once. I like getting everything up and running and then expanding as I need to. Also from the presents, you're going to get some other, what I like to call the miscellaneous. So we have our Ficmas tree branches, which we will need a lot of, our candy canes, which we are going to need a ton of, and then also our bows and actual snow. which will allow us to make some of the more decorative elements later on. But I have all of that being produced on the first line, or excuse me, on the first floor, with plenty of extra space if I need to continue adding more constructors. And I can just keep pulling presents, and I can always update my present flow if I need more of those as well. So let's head up to the second line. We're going to follow those ornaments up. So the ornaments are going to come shooting through the center here. You can see our blues going one way, our reds coming the other. And remember that copper and iron I talked about earlier, those are going to be pulled in here where we make our silver and gold ornaments. So you can see red and copper making gold. And then on my other side over here, and this is all happening in a foundry, we have iron and blue making our silver. So again, plenty of room to expand, and I can continue going with these. Now I chose to split these and go on opposite sides of a central belt because I'm pulling 2 items in, a 4-item bus over here, and then alternating silver and gold. Just gets kind of convoluted. I like it nice and clean, just like this. They go out to each side, and then they both come pushing silver and gold right through the middle here. So everything works out nicely the way that I like it. And then we're going to move up to our final floor. And as these start pumping through, you can see our gold and our silver. I'm massively outproducing gold, but they're going to work their way into assemblers. And in that assembler, they are going to make these ornament bundles. The ornament bundles do take some time to produce, so you are going to want quite a few assemblers here, and you can always overclock them if you run out of space. I like to leave some open space, but I did want to get to the Wonder Star final treatment for this video. So I have that being pushed out, and then from that first floor, we have coming in some Ficmas tree branches. So I showed you those on the first floor coming directly from presents. And then those come all the way down to another set of assemblers, which are going to make our Ficmas wreaths. I know it's a lot, assembler after assembler after assembler, but you will get the hang of it. And just make it your way. Just always make sure you leave room to expand. But those Ficmas wreaths being produced in here, again, a relatively slow process, only 2 per minute. So make sure you have plenty of room to expand these, because you are going to start getting backlogs of these items. And then it's going to push us on to our final bus. And on our final bus, I do have candy canes being pulled from the first floor, also coming in there and working their way right down here. And then those Ficmas wreaths. And that is going to make our final product, which is the Ficmas Wonder Star. Again, candy canes 20 per minute being needed here. So that's definitely something you're really going to want to push the productivity of. You can see I'm working at a 1 or 2% because I'm not producing nearly enough candy canes and need to expand that on the first floor. But one of the things that I like to do is I like to get my full assembly line set up so that I have final products being made early on, so that as I go to expand my level 1, my level 2, I'm still producing final products instead of being stuck with a backlog of ornaments while I'm really stretching that production line. And then I can always come up here, and you can see already I have 18 of these. And that's just in the time that it took me to build this facility, those were being produced. So I like to always have that constant production going on. But again, that's a preference-based thing for you. Make sure you check out the Ficmas event. That's about all there is for the Wonder Star. There are more aspects to the Ficmas event. You can check them right here. We can do some snowmans, some power lights, some snow dispensers, snow cannons, and decorations. But again, all of those are strictly decoratory. This will get you completed through that Ficmas tree in the MAM. If you'd like to see more videos, you want us to automate those other processes, get some snow cannons up and running, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave us a comment about what you want to see, and we'll be happy to put another video together for you. Thank you all for dropping in on our Ficmas event this holiday season.